Hi, do you know the difference between misinformation and disinformation? How do you ensure that you aren't falling for fake news or news that's meant to fool you? And where do you find the tools that will be able to help you become a better fact checker? My name is John-Allan Namu. I'm an investigative journalist, and over the course of these videos, I'll walk you through some of the basics in fact checking. Whether you're a journalist who's just starting out, or someone who's curious about how to do fact checking, or someone who simply wants to stop those pesky WhatsApp videos and WhatsApp messages from being shared on and on and on again. Ready to go? Let's go. Let's start with the difference between misinformation and disinformation. Misinformation is, simply put, information that is false or misleading. Now, the difference between misinformation and disinformation is intent. Disinformation is a deliberate attempt to use information either to malign, mislead, or completely cheat people who consume that information. And a good example of that is in the political arena. Let's start, though, with an example from misinformation. Say you've read a headline that fuel prices are going up, but the newspaper that you've read this headline from uses old or incorrect data. That's misinformation, because the intent wasn't to mislead you. Now, back to the example from politics. In the political arena, one camp uses a campaign to deliberately smear the name of the leading candidate in another campaign. Now, you also see lots of disinformation through impersonation. I'll give you an example. Bad actors somewhere use or manipulate the media cards of credible news agencies to restate or completely manipulate facts that are in the public domain, to completely change their meaning or mislead members of that audience. The key here is that they will have manipulated those media cards and created some of their own to make it seem like that news is coming from a credible news site. Getting this distinction between misinformation and disinformation is really important, because it allows for you to determine the intentions of the publisher of that piece of information, whether it is disinformation deliberately meant to deceive you, or if it's misinformation, which could have been a mistake, for example. Now, if you're a journalist, it also helps you determine how much time you're going to spend digging into the publisher and the background of that publisher, who made those statements or who published those statements that have been proven to be false or misleading. Now, in the next video, I'll look at some of the basic principles that you should follow to help you determine what is fake and what isn't. See you in the next one.